we are going to be doing one of the longer chapters in this game based on completion. I am not looking forward for this, but I will say that there's going to be one part or one chapter of this that's going to be a double rerun, because to get everything in that one case, you have to do it twice technically. But this case is just a bunch of favors. So a lot of red cases and a lot of blue cases. You already seen what you can do normally. After that, it's just the same. But let's just get this thing started so we don't waste any more time, because I do not want to see what this time is going to be. So yeah, we're here doing File 8, basically the whole cleanup. And for once, you guys get to see everything of File 8, not just the whole scenario of the final cleanup and the Axe Legion fight. So it's going to be all that. It's very fun, and then, if anything, the one in Neuron, you actually do get a case in Neuron. A red case, actually. One of the other few ones, and it's kind of fun in my opinion, and its whole scenario, because you get something for your camera when you finish it, and I have nothing else to say about it. Just really fun.
Hello there, fellow officer. I'm glad I caught you. Did you hear? Lappy's getting his own video game. Ted's doing all the technical stuff, and I'm helping out by finding people to test it. So, what do you say? Oh, don't mind me. I'll just be over here taking notes for feedback. All set? Great. Then here we go.
So yeah, we're going to be playing basically a game in a game. Lappy Balloon.
First, I'll explain how to play. In this game, you move Lappy around and hand out balloons to the fair citizens of the Ark. Press the Y button to give men yellow balloons. Press the X button to give women blue balloons. Press the A button to give children red balloons. Now I know that's a lot to remember, but do your best. Ted's counting on me, and I'm counting on you. If you're ready, buckle up and let's begin. Good luck.
3, 2, 1.
This is a very fun game in my opinion, and I honestly just enjoy it a lot more than I should. The whole point of this is that you have to give people balloons based on the color of their shirts. And as Marie said, not Lappy, men get yellow balloons, women get blue balloons, and children get red balloons. It'd be harder if they weren't color-coded, but they designed this game to be color-coded, so you know which colors to give it. Anyone with a star under them will give 1,000 points for giving it. And there is no, combo system in this game. And there's, 3 different types of people in this way to get points. One is just normal walking, which gives you a base 200 points. People who are running get a 500 points if you give them a balloon, and people who have a star, stated before, gives you 1,000. So your priority is always people who are in a rush, give the balloon first. People with the star under them, you'll get 1,000 points, and it will help you out a lot. After that, it's just the people walking, because they take less time. Also, if you give the wrong balloon to the wrong person, I think they subtract 100 points or 200 points away from them. Or just the actual point difference they give. And to get an S+ in this one, you have to get over, I think, 30,000 points, which is doable. But you need to go out of your way to give a lot of balloons to people. And if you miss some, you miss some. You're not going to be able to get all of them unless you're very on point, because you cannot run. You cannot run in this, your running speed is typical to, the running speed of the people. You will also miss some if you keep hearing me mash the button. it's not giving it to them. You have to be in their general vicinity or facing them, in my opinion. I also like put my hands down on my controller down a bit more. And this last stitch here is the best way to get your final hurrah of points.
Fantastic work! Okay, you can stop playing for now. That was amazing! If it's okay with you, I'll use that score in my feedback report. Oh, great! Thanks so much.
Lapis Helium Hullabaloo. Love that name. But yeah, no, that's all you have to do. If you get a worse score, you don't get 30,000, you can still do it again by the prompt of, I can do better. So you're not going to be stuck there. You don't have to restart the chapter every time. Just keep doing the game until you get 30,000.
I'm not very good at video games, so I'm really glad you came along. I'll make sure Ted gets my feedback. He probably already has an explosive update patch in mind.
But yeah, no, that's pretty much it for that red case. One of my favorites. Get the S Plus and you get Lapis Light. So really, really good to do. Other than that, some minor stuff around here as well. Some other blue cases we can do. And other items you have to collect. And I remember, I don't know if it was this file or 2 files over, that I remembered to upgrade my shit again because I forgot to upgrade, which was very fun to do. And when I found that out, I'm just like, damn it. But yeah, no. Gonna go here to Tad and sell all the stuff that I collected in the previous file because 8 or 7 was pretty funny. Especially with the homunculus just destroying all of the aberrations, and them leaving stuff gives you a lot of items. But as you can see, I have like 406,000 gold. After you upgrade everything, money becomes like useless. It's only useful for like buying medicine, healing items, grenades, and stuff like that. That's the only use for them at this point. Also, as you can see, last file we did the neuron suit white, or no, the black neuron suit, and now we're in the white neuron suit, but with no jacket because, well, we're here to clean, so we don't want to get our we're gonna get our hands in good and dirty, so we're just gonna be here collecting everything. We'll be fine. But as soon as we get up to the roof, we're gonna be getting a couple more things to do and just going for Akira. I will also say this: the whole, like, beside that one case I was talking about in the beginning, in the intro of this, most of the red cases I've done in this part were done on their first attempt. Only like 2 I had to do on my second attempt.
This should go a lot smoother with,
which is not that bad. But other than that, majority were done on the first attempt, which I was severely surprised. So with that, we're going back to Rally Plaza. And as soon as we land, we're going to be getting a bunch of cases to do. As soon, like, I don't know if I open the map immediately, but I know as soon as you open the map, you get a bunch of cases to do, and each floor has its own cases to do. So the ground floor, the basement, the second floor, and the third floor, and even as you get to the top, if you remember last time where we ran past Alicia, that also has a bunch of things to do. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm very happy that the music here also kind of helps out to mellow you out, because it's going to be a lot, and I mean a lot of stuff to do. I let the text roll just to get myself ready, but first and foremost, you're going to be looking around for a lot of items, because also in combination with the cases is that any items that are here, I try to get them in the first like way you're here, or the first time you're in the area. Comb the area, get all the chests, dropped items, shootable items, and buried items before you start doing any of the red cases, because there are a couple red cases that move you to the next spot in the area. It's explained more once we get to it, But there are a couple, I think only like 1 or 2 red cases, but still a lot more that will physically move you, or not physically, will have you go to another part of the map and use that, and you could use that time and that point to just end what you were doing on that part of the map and explore the new part. So everything should go in a line. And as you can see, that was a lot of red and blue cases. And this is like the second attempt for me because 2 of them were bad. But yeah, no, I'm just trying to go around, collect all the items I can before starting up any of the red cases. And if anything, it's been a journey to go through all these again, but I wasn't expecting to finish in like 2 attempts. I thought I was going to be here for a while. God, his neck twisted so badly. So, the first red case that we're going to be doing for now is here with our friend Kay. Kay's red case is not that hard to do, but if you're not looking towards getting an S plus and you don't know where to go, you're going to be in here for a hard time. The whole point is that Kane wants us to dig up some stuff around where the wreckage happened of the helicopter that the homunculus chomped and brought down Randy Orton style. So you have to use your Beast Legion to dig it up. It's just the whole thing to use your Beast Legion's digging power to your advantage. And if anything, there are differences in what you get. The buried items, quote unquote, give you the most points, and there are 5 like scattered as soon as you start this case. And they give you 300 points and 10 seconds on the clock. You have time here, and every time you have to every time you have to dig, it'll take away time, but every time you get a new thing, it will add more time. The more time you get on your clock, the better it is because, well, you get to get more points. To get an S plus on this one, it should be 2,500 points, which shouldn't be that bad in concept. But since there's only like 5 buried items, you only get 300 each. 300 by 5 would be 1,500. So you're missing 1,000 points. But the beauty of this is that as soon as you get all 5 buried items, they randomly respawn. So as soon as you get the 5th one, they randomly respawn back in their original points or a little deviation from it to get as much as you can. And you don't have to get only the buried items. The normal dig spots also give you points, only 105 seconds on the clock. So if you want to just do that, that'll be fine, but you're gonna eventually run out of time. Also, this case has its own red matter to collect. So if you're missing red matter for the red matter removal, it's because it's in this case and not in any other case. It's kind of dumb, but once you know that fact, it makes it easier for you to understand that, oh, I'm missing some. This whole case tells you that, or literally like figures it into your head that if you haven't been collecting the items to the buried items, it's very like a good idea to keep your Beast Legion on a leash and keep it going to find the rest. We're only like 500 points away, so that's like 5 normal dig spots away with 30 seconds on the clock. So that's not that bad and all that. But once you find another dig spot, or yeah, once you find another buried item, you'll be fine. For 2,500, you only need like good old 9 dig spots because that gives you 2,700. But once you find it, you'll be fine. Your best friend is that tally mark, or that sensor. Get that one, and already at 2,500. So at that point, I'm just trying to get more dig spots to grab, more to just get my points higher and not miss it. But yeah, no, simple case to do, but if you don't get the 2,500 points, your score is based on the amount of points you got, so just enjoy this. But make it a point to grab all 5 dig spots, or all 5 buried items first, to give yourself the most time and the most points, and then after that you could just start finding the respawns for them again and again and again and again. But with like 12 seconds on the clock and me trying to find more, we have got achieved an S plus on this, so it's a good time all the time. And this is one of the few cases that I had to do again because, well, in my first attempt I couldn't find the all 5 of them, so I ended off with 1700, and now I doubled my points to 3400. Not that bad, but yeah. If you know where you're going to be going and using this guide, you'll be able to find them easy. But with that, that's one case down out of the majority. The next case that is going to be coming up is one that actually moves you to another place. And I think this is like the only one. But I always use this case to move myself to the next area and then just have fun with it. Mitsuru here has his own red case, and his red case revolves around moving boxes to a different location, to the other side of where the collapsed bridge was. If you remember Riley Plaza, they haven't fixed the bridge yet from File 2. So you have to carry 4 boxes, go into the parking garage, go through it, and then out the other way to deliver the boxes. One of the more annoying cases in my opinion, because, well, technically I'm using my my Pro controller. It has gyro controls on it. If you are playing this controller with like a wired controller, you only have to tilt the right stick back and forth to get the boxes to keep steady. And if anything, if you're playing on motion controls, it just makes it worse. And I really don't like the motion controls for that reason. And there's no way for you to like deactivate them. So if anything, I will say this. If you drop your boxes, do not worry that your rank is low. Because as you've been seeing, I've already dropped them twice. And I know for me, when I did this case for the first time, I legitimately was just flabbergasted that the amount of boxes I've dropped over and over and over again made me still get an S+. You just have to get to the end as fast as you can. The whole reason to not drop your boxes is because if you're going as fast as you can, technically speaking, making it a point where you don't drop your boxes would be a good idea. But yeah, as soon as we get to here, we're gonna have to open up the gate and move forward. And as you saw, there are a couple people here that are corrupted by the red shift. Those also give you points. So get those people too. Those will help you out for S+ as well. And yeah, I saw someone coming in at the last minute, so I just had to run into the wall. Near the end of Isuru, we just drop the boxes off and we are fine within 2 minutes. So try to keep it within 2 minutes and you'll be fine. And just get all 3 people, or blue shift all 3 red people, and you'll be fine. And with that, we're done with this. Giving us an S+. I still don't understand why that works. But hey. The next one here is another difficult one in my opinion. For the reasons that every time I've done this, in my own personal time, is the one I always miss repeatedly. And that is the Cleanup King. That is the actual name of the case, the Cleanup King. So it goes back to your boy Alan. But the whole point of this red case, while I'm just waiting for myself to get into it, is that, well, here's the thing. Your best way to get this thing done is to equip your Beast Legion with a at least a point of ability in antimatter removal or red matter removal. Red matter removal increases your range and increases the chances, increases the range and increases just you getting the red matter in the area. Really good if you're trying to get the completion and there's one behind a wall or you just can't grab it with one of your legions. Equip one of those and you'll be fine. But for this case is that equipping red matter removal makes your chances of getting the score you need a lot easier, and it makes you not have to swerve around to grab it. Cleanup King, you're supposed to collect a lot, and I mean a lot, of red matter to get points. So just prog up one if you want to, and you'll be fine. And as soon as you talk to Alan, he just wants you to beat his record of 50,000 points per red matter removal. But 50,000. It's not that bad. You can do 50,000 pretty easily. But one of the other things is that to get NS Plus, you're gonna have to go even further beyond that. I think off the top of my head, I'm looking this up right now in the middle of the recording because I am a professional like that. You're gonna need like 300,000 points to get an S Plus. So the whole point of this is that you have to hop on your Beast Legion, ride it around the entirety of Raleigh Plaza to collect a bunch of the red matter. And as you see, with just one instance of red matter removal, you have a bigger circle to grab all the red matter. And don't break your chain. As soon as you break your chain, try to get into a new one, but go around collecting as much red matter as you can and keep that chain going and going and going. Don't crash into anyone, don't crash into anything, because if you do, you will have to get scolded and your chain will stop and there's no way you can get it back. So remind yourself to not crash into anything. If you're lucky like I am, you can crash into one thing and you don't get scolded for it. I was really surprised that I didn't get scolded. But with that, it's pretty easy. Found it. Never mind. For an S Plus, it is over 100,000. I'm thinking of a different case. But yeah, no. You have to get over 100,000 points to get an S Plus, which is double Adam's score. But make it a point to just get as much red matter as you can, because, well, I don't think this counts for your red matter removal, because if it did, it'd be annoying to deal with, but no. Also, keep that multiplier going, though. 15 is funny. I don't know how high you can get the multiplier. It's probably like as much as 30. If you have like enough red matter removal, you can walk in and grab from areas you don't know why. But once you get to the top here, there's enough red matter to just collect it. And ending off at 220,000 points. Very simple, but I couldn't do this on my first attempt either because, well, I'm bad. Also because I was trying to grab the person. But with that, score goes up exponentially. But that was a simple one. And time for the last case on the first floor of File 8, which is something Jin has for us. Jin wants us to like move a bunch of cars that are blocking the road so like the neuron trucks can pass through. Basically, if you've ever played like a car puzzle or something to that extent, like a block sliding puzzle, you already know how to do it. But basically you need to open up the way of the where the yellow is. Move all the cars away from that yellow area and you're gonna be done. And I'll explain this. The guide I was using for this thing also has a thing for this case, and I will say it to you. There are three of these, so 3 of these heavy traffic jams, that I call them. So you just have to move it out of the way and get the yellow all done and dusted. The first two are very simple. You can just get them on your first try. I mean, the first one, I think I got on my first try without even looking at the guide when I first played this back in 2020. But a very simple one to do. And to get an Astral, you just have to go through it pretty fast. And one of the other things is a efficiency expert, which is like a limiter for you. Do not exceed a specific amount of moves. And the first two you can get it with. You can get efficiency expert. But the third one, in my opinion, is kind of hard to get it. If you get it, great. That makes your life a lot easier to grab it. But other than that, it makes it harder for everyone else. But on your second and third attempt, or no, on your second and third way of doing heavy traffic jam, Jin will ask if you want to have a refresher on this, and I'm very happy that the game will just say, no, I don't want another refresher, I know what I'm doing. But after that, it's a very simple one to do as well. You could just move that car on the left all the way up, move the car next to it down and to the right, move the car all the way down again, grab the bus, move it over, and then now we just have to deal with this good old parking van. We push it up, we pull it all the way down, and pull it up, and then we get to apparently do a Muda. Also, yeah, one of the other parts is that if it gets annoying after a while because you have to pull and push and pull and push. There gets to a point where you will do, what do you call it? Like missed input, 360 inputs and all that, which kind of gets annoying after a while. But I made an opening for myself to get out. I pulled it back down, then I pushed it out of the way, and then I just pull the van back into position and we'll be fine. And with that, this case is also done. You can technically do this more efficiently than I have. I used the guide as a basis to do it. You guys can probably do better than I have in that puzzle. And I know for me, you guys can do way better than I did on the third puzzle because I had to, well, spoiler alert, I had to reset twice. But, well, that's the fun thing about this. You can reset and it doesn't lower your score. So if you get stuck, you can reset it and the game doesn't penalize you for it. And I'm very happy that it doesn't penalize you because it could be worse. Like, they could penalize you for well, restarting, because I think there are some games that I remember off the top of my head that well, do that. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I know there might be some games that do penalize you because you had to reset. But that's neither here nor there. This one is more complicated because you have to make a 3 opening for. Yeah, you have to make a 3 opening for the bus, and to achieve that, you have to like move the cars and the vans out of the way to make it happen and all that. Also, it's gonna be the one time for me where I'm gonna be looking at the guide the most because, well, I keep misreading. Yeah, I keep misreading the notes for it, which me misreading everything in a video game is very funny. Also, my puppy ran into the capture card in the middle of the recording. Don't worry, he didn't get a scolding, but I did tell him why did he do that. I love it when I have to record. But anyway, after me just hoping my puppy get out or do something else, I just restarted this puzzle to where it was just to see what I was missing. And after, like this, I will say this is one of the longer parts because I had to keep doing it or keep resetting it over and over again. So I'll just talk about something else while we're getting this thing done and dusted. And I stated this before, you guys can do way better than I did in this case because the resetting and me not reading is very funny. So, while this thing is going on, Astral Chain's almost done. Technically almost done. I will say this. Astral Chain, like its file 11 is not file 11. Act 2 is almost done. You only got like 3 more cases to do, 9, 10, and 11. And at this point, when I'm recording this voiceover for file 8, technically all of them have been edited, but I haven't done the voiceovers for them, but that they're edited to the point where I can export them, do the voiceover for them, put the voiceover in my editing software, and re-export them again for the YouTube. Because yeah, so that's usually how this is gonna go. And then after that, like Act 2 for like the completion of Astral Chain, we get into Act 3, and Act 3 is gonna test my patience for the game because technically I still haven't beaten it, even in my own personal file, though I am, I think, like 60 to 65% done with the Act 3. Which is very funny, but it's more in the sense that it's very annoying to deal with, in my opinion. Also, if you pull the van or any of the vehicles and instantly call your Legion back after the pull, you do a faster pull because the car will push itself forward, but the Legion will come back to you. It's like I think it is like a frame perfect thing because they move by themselves and your Legion come back to you. But yeah, we are almost done with Astral Chain's full bullshit of case 12 or case 12 of like completion. I'm very happy that this thing is almost done, but Jesus Christ, did completion take a lot out of me. Wasn't that bad though. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed completing this game. And I will state this though. Once we get to Act 3, there's gonna be like more videos coming out in conjunction with Astral Chain Act 3. Technically, this isn't like the biggest so far, the biggest thing on my hard drive that takes up space. I think at this point it's still Coliseum, which is taking like 120 gigabytes out of my external hard drive, which is very, very funny. And I mean, it makes sense. I had to do a lot of stuff for Pokemon. But yeah, with pretty much that out during the production or during like the upload of Astral Chain Act 3, there's gonna be like 2 more LPs coming out that will not test my patience, but will also give us something for you guys to enjoy as well, because I mean, Astral Chain is still going. This is like one of the longest LPs, which is very funny that I chose this game, a platinum game, to complete because, well, I mean, it's a platinum game. What the hell did I expect? But yeah, no. Act 3 is going to be a fun thing to record. A very fun thing to record, and I'm going to be telling you guys the stories of it. But I think we're almost done with this the Traffic Jam 3. So after me fumbling around a lot, the last thing we have to do is just slide the bus into place, which I'm very happy that you only have to grab it from one side. It could be worse that you have to grab it from the middle to push it. But with that, Traffic Jam 3 has been done and my preambles have been over. Or my ramblings have been over. With that, good old Traffic Jam 3 is down. Simple. But yeah. I know you guys will do a lot better than I did in Traffic Jam 3. I am expecting that at this point, but hey, that's neither here nor there. The basement here only has like a couple things for us, like a couple items, a couple dropped items as well, but no cases we have to physically go out of our way for. And if you remember back in the LP, this is the area you're supposed to go to after beating everything in the Fallout 8, or if you want to just say fuck it, I don't want to do this shit and move on. And the reason why I came back here was because I thought there was a chest in this area, but no, I just ran back. This is basically like the rest area for officers that are on their break. The good old elevator. But yeah, no, trying to go back to the first floor where I think the sewer was to go up the back path to the second floor. And I know I didn't do one case. Yeah, I didn't do one case in the basement floor or in the first floor because, well, technically it does make you go like a long direction. Also, I just remembered this, and I know when it shows up, I don't think I have voiceover for it, but I know that once I saw it, caught me off by so much surprise. There's a blue case that is rare, well, technically rare, for you to grab. To grab it, you have to find Lappy. I'm not telling you how you find Lappy until we find Lappy. Don't worry, I got it in my first attempt because I just got caught, like blindsided, but I caught up with Lappy. That blue case is one of the more annoying blue cases to find because of it, but remind yourself that there's a blue case required around Lappy to grab, and it's dumb how you get it. But now on the second floor, there's a couple blue cases we can do. And also, like, if you want to find like a better way to transport between the first, second, and third floors of Rally Plaza, there is an NPC you can talk to, the transport duty one, the transport drone guy. Basically, that guy can let you hitch a ride on the drones to take you to the second or third floor, and it's very helpful. And after a while, you're gonna get used to it. I would recommend to use it. This officer here does give you some insight on how to get the blue case I was talking about. Lappy is out here giving balloons to police officers, which I find very funny. But as soon as Lappy gave the police officer a balloon, he ran away. So, that is how you get that blue case. Randomly within the 3 floors of Rally Plaza, including the basement, which makes it 4, Lappy will run around with balloon, and you have to catch up to Lappy to get it. Oh, that was a clean, perfect call. Anyway, it's annoying because, well, there's no telltale sign where he's gonna be. There's no telltale sign where he's gonna spawn. He will just spawn in. The best way to find Lappy, if you're just waiting for him, is where Jin was, where heavy traffic was. Because, well, it makes, well, grabbing it easy, because if you see Lappy coming from the out of bounds, and yes, he will run towards the out of bounds stuff, which is very dumb. You just see him running towards you. You can get ready, hop on your beast station if you want, and talk to him. But if he's nowhere to be seen, you have to wait for him to show up again. But the beauty is that once you see him, you know he's gonna spawn back. Also,
Did he really just use a smoke bomb on us? He's getting away. We've got to hurry or we'll lose him.
this artist here is one of the only ones that fights back whenever we're doing with it. And it's very funny that, and very annoying that he starts shooting good old smoke bomb. Anytime you hit him with the Beast Legion, or any Legion in general, it makes it a good chance for you to grab him. This is a blue case and not a red case, so you still have to go catch him and all that. He'll only shoot like smoke bombs towards you if you get close to him. But it will stun you and your Legion, which is why every time I get close to him with the Beast Legion, even though it auto dodges attacks, it makes me fall off my Beast Legion. So I think one of the few times where you have to remind yourself to go on foot and just hit him with a beast or like a Legion attack. I think if anything, if you hit him with a Beast Legion, you can immediately proc it into a howl, stunning him, and you could just grab him after that. A more easier way of doing it, but I just love running around. And there's like one more case we can do here, and yeah, I think like one more blue case we have to do here in the second floor, but I don't do it until later because yes. But other than that, we're gonna be going on to the third floor because that's the last part we have to do, and where a lot of my struggles happen, and the thing I hate the most. But yeah. There you go, there's Lappy. You also have to take a picture of Lappy running around. I knew I was gonna like catch up to him, so I wanted to get the picture of Lappy, or the photo order of Lappy to get it. It's kind of annoying that you have to both talk to Lappy for a blue case and take a picture of Lappy for the photo order. But got both of them in my first attempt, and I'm really surprised that I got the photo order more than the blue case. The blue case, you just have to run after Lappy, hop on to your Beast Legion to do that, but the picture is more harder because you have to actually stop and take a photo. Also, this Neuron officer is talking about like a secret thing that the hermits were talking about because they apprehended a hermit member, and they were talking about that. But on the third floor, there are only like 2 cases to do. One is easy, and surprised I did it on my first attempt. Second one is more harder in my opinion, and one you have to do double because, well, this is how this game works. It's kind of dumb. But yeah, no. After a bit, you'll get used to it. Also, that chest right there with the opening, you have to actually walk off that opening, which, I mean, I was more focused on doing the cases than the completion. That I just passed it twice. Joey's back here again, doing more shooting targets, more practice. It's very easy. This is the 3rd time we had to do it, and well, we just have to beat its all-time sharpshooting record at the top of Rally Plaza, and it's very fun. Shooting 301, the final shooting trial that Joey has for us. And well, we have to beat 15,540. But to get an S+ in this case, we have to get over 20,000 points. So your best bet is combos. Your best bet is, I think that was shown in the second yeah, the previous one. Good old explosion targets. Also, don't worry if you shoot an X target. The second one you only have to shoot the all the good targets, and you could just leave those alone. This one you just have to get over 20,000 points, which is not that bad to deal with. This section here is a perfect time to use your the bombs to get a lot of points and a lot of stuff. Also, be careful using the bombs because the X's will show up and will be a nuisance to deal with. This is a perfect time as well to use the other one. Just wait for the X's to pass by, and then you can shoot it to grab the rest. More sense of like grabbing only the good ones, keeping your combo up. Also, your best friend is the slowdown feature, because if you think you're gonna miss a target, you could just slow down the time and grab it, especially with the lappy target. But yeah, no, simple to do. And if you see a target above an X1, you can slightly maneuver it to hit like the very edge of the target, and you will miss the X target. So remind yourself to do that, because I know I had to do it a couple times, especially once with the lappy target. Yeah, this lappy target I had to shoot the very edge of it, counted it, and I didn't get the X. After a while, the final targets will show up, where basically, in my opinion, just slow down time, get all the lappy targets, because lappy targets do despawn faster. And once the X's go away, shoot the exact middle, you'll get all the blue targets, and you'll go over the 20,000 point limit. Very simple to do, but I enjoyed it. Also very fun to accomplish. Time for the last red case in the first chapter. Yeah, technically, in the first chapter of File 8, or second chapter, technically, Billy has its own red case. And I love his speech. Why wouldn't I? It's a free arc, isn't it? I love Billy. But basically, Billy has his own red case, and this is the case I was talking about where I had to do it multiple times. Not because of my dumbass being bad, but because the completion requirement requires me to do this case twice. Once is just to beat this as fast as I can, so the F+ method. The second, and the dumbest reason, is because this case has chests in it. Imagine that, a red case with its own chest. I hate it here. I don't know why I complete this game for a living. But yeah, no. This case sucks for the reason that you have to go out of your way to complete it. You have to do it twice. It is annoying. But technically my first attempt I did this was kind of surprising. And I think I left my voiceover. I know I left my actual like live recording for a couple of the things because, well, I was goofing off. And I know for me, I left in the full recording of the completion just to show you guys how annoying and terrible it is. I could have sped it up. I could have like cut a lot of filler and a lot of like fat through it. But I'd rather show you like that whole thing because it gets annoying after a while. But as soon as we come in here, we see that an officer has been knocked out cold. And if anything, if you remember this section, this is where we had to go across the bridge after Alan and the officer. This is where we're back in File 7. Move to Billy, and, well, we do a sneaking section. And technically, this, because I skipped it, is the attempt where I went to go collect every single chest that this thing has to offer. Enjoy the suffering of me being a dumbass because, well, I wanted to collect all the chests. And yes, this is a section where I had to reset multiple times because, well, to explain it, the completion for this is kind of annoying. You have to get, I think it was like 5 or 6 chests that are out of their way, and you respawn if your target goes more than 40 meters away from you. So you have to combine both you moving towards the goal, moving towards the goal of collection, and keeping close to your target. Also, it's very funny that you could just shoot the ladder down and go up here. There's no reason for you to come up here. There really isn't. I just find it funny that you could just shoot it and go up the ladder. Like, you'd think they block it off, but no. But yeah, no. We got one chest, which is at the bottom of a ladder with an officer on it. There's another chest if we go towards our left through the gate. There's a chest we can grab from the top. And another chest under as well, which is very dumb. I know, I'm just this is the one and only chest. Basically, this chain bind is very good though. It's one of my favorite animations. But we go backwards. Just grab this chest. And if you're thinking, how the hell do we go back to the actual area? Because there's still a chest we have to collect. Don't worry, I found a way to go back to the beginning. Told me being a dumbass. But apparently this guy can see me if I stand up. You think that the debris there will help me be hidden from the guy's vision, but no. But it did make me go back to the beginning where I wanted to go, so I'll take it. The only reason why I wanted to go back to the beginning is because of one thing. Next to this officer over here, there's a movable thing we can grab with the Arm Legion. To do it, you have to basically walk to him, bind him, summon your Arm Legion to acquire this platform, hop onto that platform, and we move the platform over towards our new target. And I think my funny is about to show up now, so I'll stay quiet for a bit.
I need backup. Looks like we've got an intruder, presumed armed and dangerous. All units on high alert.
Wait, I pushed him off!
6 feet. If you took
I pushed him off!
Seattle.
It's really funny that I actually pushed the guy off the fucking map. But yeah, no, if you don't bind him correctly, well, you're forced to restart. Anytime you get some attention, either from pushing him a lot, from pushing him, attacking them with the Legion, or them finding you, you have to restart. So it gets annoying after a while. There are two ways to get that one chest. You can either go across the bridge and stealth bind the participant at the end of the bridge, which is much easy. It's like the harder way of doing it, but more doable because you stay closer to the target and you don't have to respawn every time. Or the more fun way, go across the top against the thing, and you'll be fine. And as you saw, I took the easier path of doing it. But apparently I went too far from the target and was forced to respawn back up here. As I said, man, this completion for Billy's Path really fucking sucks. And just be happy that the only completion for you is just this part. There are two parts to Billy's Pass. The first part is the sinking section, and the second part is more fun. During the sinking section, there's only chests in this area, so you don't have to go out of your way to grab them again. And time for the fun part of, well, me showing all my fails, because it is very annoying. Is there a reason why I do not like Fallout 8 the most? Because of its completion requirement, because it's especially Billy's Pass that always knocks me up. It's always a couple cases that really irk me within the completion of File 8. It's always Billy's Past for its completion, not for its Manus Plus. It's just for its completion of its collection. Cleanup King, because I know I'm gonna probably F it up once or twice. K's, because it's also another one where I will forget the collection requirements and the point requirement for all that. And I think Bitsuru's as well, because it is annoying to deal with. Also, technically, you don't have to, what do you call it, bind him. I was very surprised I got the bind here. You can just chain jump to that bridge and then chain jump to the other one. But technically, you don't have to bind him. You can jump to where the lower area is, but I would strongly recommend you be careful when you do that, because I think actually one of the attempts here does show it, where the guy saw me, not chain jumping, but just saw me hiding for the next part and forced me to go back again. As I said, man, the beauty of this case is that it finds more ways to make me hate it. Really, really annoying. But yeah. Just get back on. And I'm very happy that it's 40 meters to routinely try again, which means that you could just get this over and over with. But yeah, just go down. I also missed. So also don't miss, because if you fall, you're going to be respawned on your safe spot, and the safe spot may be 20 meters away. Very fun. But honestly, while we're going through this thing again, I'll probably explain the complete, or the S plus requirement for this case. Did it before. There's two parts to this. The first part is the sneaking section, and it's technically like the sneaking section in a different case. Yeah, it's technically the sneaking section for a different case that was recorded after. I'm not saying what it is, but this case, or Billy's Past in another case, is known for
Backup. Looks like we've got an intruder, presumed armed and dangerous. All units on high alert.
I hit the guy by accident and I had to just like jump off the building. But yeah. The whole point to get the S plus is that you have to get through this as fast as you can. There is no points for stealth binder, and that's a wrap. Thankfully. You just have to get through this as fast as you can. So if you get caught, don't worry. Just get through it. Try to get through this as fast as you can. The second part of Billy's Past is a fight section. And you already know about the fight section. It's all about sync, swag, and stupidity. Get your sync attacks in order, get your legions to a point where you can like have them all on different parts, and well, get to a point where you get to have a lot of fun. This attempt I just tried to avoid him, but apparently he saw me from the back, which is very dumb. You'd think that since I'm on a lower level, he doesn't have to respawn. But apparently the safe spot for getting caught there is where the first chest was. But the funnier thing still is that, well, the officer that is down here despawns. Like, both of them despawn. So it's a very easy way to like get to your next point and move forward with the case. But like, it's very funny that you get caught on that chest, and the two officers that are there at the beginning just despawn, but the one at the bridge doesn't despawn. Consistency and dumbassery are very fun and apparent. And as you see me always trying to like dodge into the thing, I am trying to find a way to get towards the next part of the chest, or the next like part of the completion, without going past the 40-meter mark. So I'm trying not to go too out of the ways to grab it, and more in a sense of going very sharp in my corners to get to the areas I need to be. But for now, I'm just here waiting to bind him, or just do a better job at avoiding him. But I think I do actually avoid him this time. Yeah, I do a better job of avoiding him. I just go out of my way to bind him out. But I said screw it, I wanted to stay here. Get to the other point where you have to change jump to another banister. And chain jump towards the next part. This part also has a chest in it. And is the part where I was prone to reset the most because I was too far away from my target. I keep thinking that is a chest, but not.
Hey, what happened?
That also is very funny, and I ran into the guy's field of sight, which made me have to do this again. But after getting to that part where all the pallets are, the safe spot is now where this chest is, and the officer that is above us technically is still there if I'm seeing the map correctly, but makes this part much more easier. Also because apparently this guy saw me. He saw me try to attempt to jump him. Also, if that number just goes for 40 frames, even for like 1 frame, the game resets it. So it's also really dumb in that opinion. But keep on going. One other thing, going back to what I was saying about the completion for File 8 is, well, in more in the sense that the fighting style is the same as it normally is, same as it ever was. Doing sync attacks, your Legion skills, and if you want, getting away with some stupid stuff like using grenades, stun grenades, and all that. Also, I fell again. Spawns me right there. I just took the restart. Also, yes, you can technically die doing this. This is one of the few sneaking sections where, I mean, not one of the few. It's technically like, your sneaking sections, you can technically still die in them because, well, every time you fall, you lose a chunk of HP, and it's very funny to do that. But if you don't have any healing items on command or on demand, you will lose them. Also, I'm trying to like get to this officer and bind him up, but not be seen from him. So the Legion there was my downfall on that attempt because I had the Legion move and the guy can sense the aberration, the abnormality near it. So that was my downfall. Also, apparently, I think that guy saw me because I had a 28 instead of a 10. And then I walked too forward and got my head peeking through the wall. Some of these times where I get caught just shows me how bullshit this mechanics are. But it's neither here nor there. Also, what's really funny is that I tried to bind him, couldn't find my Legion, and let go. So I avoided him, got the tick of 40. No, not even get 40. Did that to grab him, and apparently his friend didn't see me. Then I got the tick of 40, and I had to restart again.
Iris, shut down. Iris, shut down.
Are you guys having fun yet? Oh my god, I said, if you guys are gonna be completing this game like me, I always say File 8 or like technically, yeah, Fallout 8 is like one of the worst ones in my opinion because of stuff like Billy's Past. But yeah, no, keep on moving forward. We are almost towards the next part of our thing. Now we can technically walk forward, and the chest is actually down. Ow. The chest is right there. Well, I went to go grab it and you couldn't grab it. So you have to restart again. You have to wait for him to walk forward and be in a spot where you can walk down the stairs, grab the chest, and you'll be fine. If you are very hasty, you'll just ruin your chances of grabbing that chest. This is a very good case, man. Very fun. Technically, like, these secret sections where you have to collect a bunch of stuff gets annoying after a while. Also, if you run at it and thinking you can press the A button to grab it, I think it gives away the A prompt, which is dumb, but also I don't think I was close enough to get the A prompt. So either way, I was just stuck. There was no way I could have grabbed it. But yeah. Just trying to get through this as fast as I can. I think one of the other times I just said, screw it, I'm gonna wait. So I kept my iris on, trying to keep the range of, yeah, like the meters of him closer to 40. And then after he despawns, or not despawns, moves away, I get a better way, because technically you can't see him. So once he moves in the direction I wanted him to go, I start moving back to the chest on the top of the stairs. So yeah, take your time on this one, but after a while it gets annoying. Slowly moving, or like slowly inching myself towards that chest, but not trying to go over like at least 35 meters. Because once I go over 35, I'm just gonna start backpedaling so I don't have to lose it. And lo and behold, I finally got the chest. So the first thing I do is try to get my placement over 40 to grab the remaining chests I'm missing, because believe it or not, we got 2 more chests to collect. Why am I still here? But yeah, no, running across, get over the 40 mark. We get spawned in a different location, much more easier for us to grab the remaining 2 chests in this section. And with that, the whole part of, or the whole like collection requirement for Billy's Past is done. Also, I wanted to bind that guy, but I decided against it because, well, Billy's friend is there. His name is Garrett, by the way. If I didn't point it out, Garrett's there and he makes it annoying.
Iris, shut down.
But with that, I'm looking at the map to see if I got everything.
Iris,
I think I got everything. I said 2 more. So this is the final one, the one behind the cover. Grab this, and that is all the chests we have to collect for this case. A very fun and rewarding completion requirement, if I do say so myself. God, I hate completing Billy's Past as much as the next guy.
Iris, startup.
The final part about this is, if you remember the double Dutch, not double Dutch, the double security guards from File 6. This is the last thing we had to do. Just one more like scan around from Garrett. I just walk around the back, fight this guy up, and once Garrett goes down the ladder,
Iris, shut down.
you go down the ladder, and that is the end for that sneaking section. Very annoying to do. But that is all the completion for Good old Billy's past. And now we get to show you the funny, actual way to get the S plus rank for Billy's past. Hooray! It's like, as I said, story-wise, we're trying to find a bunch of equipment that's been missing from Neuron, and Billy has been suspecting his friend because he's been on duty all the time that that's happened. But yeah, Billy wants to do this on his own, like a solo tough guy act, and then he doesn't want us to cause a scene. He doesn't want us to cause trouble. And if you, if you saw my completion, I made a lot of noise. So, yeah. But right now, we're just trying to follow him. And as I stated before, this is the first part of the fighting. So, basically, Akira stays behind here. So, because if both of us move forward, it'll cause... like, we'll be caught very easily. So, basically, if you want to get through this pretty easily and get an S plus on the sneak section, you just have to go to the right where the door was open, the one we opened towards this part of the bridge. Bind this guy because Garrett is actually at the bottom of the stairs. He can't see us, like binding him. We're binding the guy, which is kind of funny. Once Garrett starts moving again, you go down the ledge, follow right behind him. Be careful with the officer across the bridge because he can't spot you. But if you're quick on the walk, you can just sneak by him. And legitimately, every time you avoid him, every time you get close to him, and systematically towards like the actual movement, he'll turn around to see if someone's following him, so that's your chance to also hide. And one other funny mechanic about this game that I found out, not the hard way, but technically through just my own trial and error in other completions or other file completions, funnily enough, is that if you're crouching on these hiding spots that I'm gonna dub them, they don't make you do the special animation for hiding. My best bet is literally if you remember that one case in file 5, no, in file 6, where we had to follow somebody and the whole thing was to hide in plain sight. If you crouch next to the or if you crouch into the point where the hiding spots are, you won't assume it's like forced animation of you being there. So either like you being in the crowd listening to the conversation, you just hiding behind a wall with your arms crossed, shit like that. And it's very interesting that is programmed like that. I didn't figure that out until, said before, I had to do another completion for this. Also, I almost got caught in this part because I didn't expect that guy to walk towards me. So I walked the long way around. He was there. So basically I had to find him, then walk a bit to catch up. And then this guy saw me. And I thought at this point I screwed up with the S plus requirement. And I thought I had to do it all over again. But no. I think I also leave my live recording for when I did this normally. So by the near end of it, I probably will stay quiet so you guys can hear it. But I don't think it's here now. But yeah, no, this point here with the double guard, you can bind them up all in one, like bind or auto bind, which I'm also very surprised that guy didn't see the officer fall down. Very, very lucky that didn't happen. But you know, going down the ladder and we get to the second part of Billy's past, the fight section. Also, the reason why I skipped the cutscene was because, well, I knew I was going to show the cutscene normally. Akira pops down behind us, and, well, we get to move on forward and get to the fun part about Billy's Past. Basically, my catharsis for sneaking around. So once you're done with the sneaking section, you go back up to the highway where the homunculus was. And the reason why I have my camera out is because I wanted to take a picture. One of the other subject logs or points of interest for this game is the highway. So I was trying to get a picture of the highway, and I think I can only get it either in Fall 1 or Fall 7. But hey, that's out. Oops, I dropped my phone on my Wii U. I think you guys heard that. Right now, we're just trying to grab some testimonies from Garrett talking with the Legion, or the Hermits. Why do we keep saying Legion? It's not the Legion. It's the Legion of Hermits, but they're called the Hermits. But yeah, we get to see here Garrett talking with the Hermits. He tells us that the weapons are disguised as construction gear, that we can find it, and they are ready to blast the wall. And if you guys remember our snooping and our research within Fall 6, you would know that the wall is the wall separating Zone 09 and Sector 5 from the rest of the world. So yeah, they're just trying to blow it up. Once we get to this part, we just have to, well, deal with a fight. Basically, the Hermits leave, and Billy just says that he wants to deal with Garrett. Garrett wants to fight. He'll have to persuade Billy. Billy will tell us just to go after the Hermits, and we just leave Billy here with Garrett, and we don't see the fight that ensues. But with that, after that, you just run towards each of the Hermit squadron. And I will always recommend blue shield it and do the unscathed part of this fight. And you cannot move onward to the next section until you defeat the Hermits of the previous section. So you have to beat the first one. This is the second one. And I think this is like the final one. There's only like 2 Hermit sections, but this is the faster one. Also, your best friend is always the Beast Legion. Try to stun everyone, and try to get the 360 input, which my controller really loves to not do. But basically, if you also have your crash bombs here, you can also like set your crash bomb in the middle of an entire group, and you'll be fine. But yeah, no, but you see, I'm just getting my ass pummeled right now because my stun did not want to show up. Also, your perfect dodges will count a lot as well for this, because if you do miss, or if they do miss you, you could just hit them back with a more powerful attack. Nearing the end, there's only like 3 more enemies here to deal with. 1 more enemy or 2 more enemies to deal with. Dodge right into that Hermit. As you can see, I'm really good with perfect dodges. And there we go. That's 1 more down, and then that is it. And with that out of the way, we are done with the catharsis part of Billy's Past, and this also counts for your S+. The sneaky section and the combat both count for the whole case and the S+. So if you screwed up in one, you can't have the other one pick you up. They're both like ranked at the same time, so remind yourself of that in general consistency. Yeah, I can speak. I'm very happy I have like a bottle of water with me. But with that, we are done with Billy's Past. And when you're done with Billy's Past, Billy does give you an item, and it's just his sunglasses. Also, very long ass loading screen, by the way. The Switch, the most powerful system in the entirety of the world. I really do hope that the Switch 2's rumors are not true, because I do not want to buy another Switch. I'm already buying another Switch when Wonder comes out. But yeah, no. At this point, we just have one more thing to do. Get the sunglasses. And as soon as Billy walks off, we get the completion requirement. And we get the S+. God, I hate this case so much, bro. No, I didn't keep my voiceover then. Thought I did. Oh no, thinking of a different file. Never mind, I'm done. We're only missing 4 blue cases.
Things were bad enough when it was just Chimeras. Now we've got Jenna to deal with too. Dad always used to say he was just exaggerating when he talked about saving the world. But if we work together, I know we can do it for real.
The remaining 3 out of the 4 blue cases are back in the day where your player character and Akira reminisce about the past and reminisce about doing stuff. There's one in each floor. So there's one in the 3rd floor, this bridge here. There's one in the 2nd floor, which is near a burger shop, which I wanted to take the transport duty guy to take me to the 2nd floor. And there's one in the 1st floor. Technically, yeah, the one on the 1st floor is actually very funny because it's actually in the crash site where the bridge fell down. If anything, you see that blue marker there? That tells you that it's there. When you pass by it, it doesn't tell you, but it'll show on the map. The remaining blue case is, well, other than Lappy, is the Shizu, is something Shizu related. Shizu's basically here to help out, but she also wants to do some stuff on like ghosts and the occult and stuff like that. But once you talk to her, you walk to this section here, and you'll see a civilian that just walks off. And well, me police officers, we have to tell the civilian to get out of a restricted area. But once you walk into here, the person is gone like a ghost, leaving a thing on the ground. Shizu comes over here and talks about, well, what's going on. Also, I love the animation of them looking through it when it's just a digitized file on the ground. It's very dumb. But the whole point of this case is that, well, Shizu gives us the photo that was on the hard drive of that thing. And what we have to do is go to the location of where we can take that picture. And this will give you the sense of grabbing the point of interest, in my opinion. This is where you can actually first know about the points of interest, is through this file alone. And is the reason why I went back to the other files to find the points of interest. You have to replicate the photo. So basically you have to go to the place where you have to take a picture of the 5-story pagoda, that's the actual name of that, in the background. It doesn't have to be nighttime, but you have to go up toward that area. To get it, you have to, well, go to the 3rd floor.
Hey, remember how Dad used to bring us here all the time as kids? I can almost see him now, fumbling with bags full of burgers and trying not to drop them. You know, we should bring Jin and Alicia around here once things calm down. They'd like that.
I also love just the player character looking at Akira with like glasses and a civilian mask. That just killed me in the inside. It was the funniest. But yeah, no, it's the 2nd floor. Take a picture of the 5-story pagoda. Save it if you want it now. Once you literally take the photo, Shizu will appear out of nowhere after Akira calls her. And we get the next part of our photo gathering abilities. And it's very funny. Excuse me. The next part for our photo taking abilities is this photo here, where we have to go back to the first floor. We have to take a picture of the bar district, and the only way to take a picture of the bar district is going to, well, if you want to know the actual like area, it's in the area where Jen and Alan are. So yeah. Also, I love how I ran past the transport guy like thrice and didn't figure out. But yeah, no. The only other thing we have, the only other blue kits we have to do now is the first back in the day, which is on the other side of the parking garage, so, or the other side of the bridge. And that is the final one we have to do. So I think I just took out the back in the day and then just took the picture of it. So have fun.
To be honest, I'm not exactly thrilled to be back here. That first mission, it wasn't that long ago, but it almost feels like another lifetime. I can't help thinking that Dad would still be here if we'd had this power back then. But I know that's pointless. Matter of fact, he'd probably call me green for just saying it, huh? Anyway, let's get going.
Very simple one, and those three are done. You can basically see the bar district right there, but you have to actually get into the position where you take the picture and it shows up orange for the camera, at least. Sorry, I was reading something at that point, but yeah, no. Go here, just take the picture of the bar district if it turns orange. After the second picture, we call Shizu over right away to have the second photo. We show the photo again to Shizu. She does her little Shizu thing, and we get to move on forward. Shizu goes over to this like pile of rubble or pile of rubbish, and she gives us a little thing about this ghost. A ring. Basically, Shizu does a pretty good job saying about the story that this person is no longer with us. The ghost wanted us to find the ring. And I also find it funny that Shizu does bring up a good point. If you believe in chimeras, or if you like work with stuff about chimeras and something to that nature, a ghost story or ghost is not that far off, which she got us there. But for now, I am only missing like a couple of chests. I ran over here to see if Lappy is gonna show up. Just thinking if I can see Lappy in the background will be good, but I think after that I want to go back to the third floor after waiting a bit and grabbing one of the few chests I was missing. And apparently during that walk up I found Lappy, so it is kind of funny. I was just going back on the guide, reading, seeing if I have everything. I think after a little while, I opened up the map again to see if I was missing any chests. But right now, I'm just waiting for Lappy, because this is technically the best spot to find Lappy, because you can see him running from the outskirts, or from the parking, or like the entrances to the parking garage as well. But I wanted to collect one of the other few things here. And move on. And the only thing we're missing here technically is the slime, which we're not going to get until later. I think 1 or 2 more chests in the area. And the cat. That's the only thing we're missing. So we got the 2 chests down here in the parking garage. We're only missing the cat, which I technically do get, and I did say to myself that since I got Lappy as a like I got the Lappy blue case, I decided to leave this part in the video. Like if I had to re-record this entire fucking thing, I had to just record or like end off with Shizu again, just to switch it in to this part of the video, because that's when I got Lappy, and I said I did not want to record again and get Lappy again for the second time, so I just said screw it, we're gonna keep it. But yeah, no, I'm just running around trying to find Lappy normally, but also trying to grab that one remaining chest that was missing in the second floor. Technically, you only get it through from the third floor onward, but you can only, but it's counting on the second floor. Excuse me. But yeah, just enjoy the ambiance of the background as me trying to find this goddamn oversized pupper. And I think it's gonna be popping up soon because motherfucker sidelined me. But yeah, it's walking around. I'm also trying to see if I can get like any more red matter as well, because I know the final part, like the big cleanup group. Oh, there's Lappy. The cleanup group also counts for your red matter. Very lucky to see Lappy running towards me and not away from me. You talk to Lappy, and he's here on just delivering balloons. And since we're on break, technically just walking around, he wants us to do a little quiz show with everyone, or with us. The question of this quiz actually came from someone, the brand new Ask Lappy box, and this person made a lot of questions, and he only wants us to go through 20 questions. And the guide has all the questions in alphabetical order of the answers. Or the through technically that they're like easy questions to like, what is the name of the ice cream stand in Harmony Square? What year are we technically in? What is the name of Neuron's chief medical officer? Stuff like that. But they also question you on some not obscure stuff, but some stuff that you don't know, like the name of the arc of the whole subway system, which, if you remember back in File 6, we collected the subway paper for it. And it's literally called the Arc Central. I think I put the public railway, but I wanted to say it was the central, but it was the public railway. Also, the funnier one is this one is like, when Akira caught you in Zone 09, what prison cell were you in? What is the Iris lookup skills? Which of these weighs the least? This is really obscure, which is very funny. Yeah, it's just stuff about the characters, talking to the characters, knowing about them, and some other stuff. I mostly did this without looking at the guide because, well, just getting the ads off the guide makes it disingenuous, but I did all this. This one of the arc construction, you can only find that through File 6 when reading the files. What is the name of the Neuron commander? You can only find that from either playing the fucking game or taking a picture of him. How would you describe Leona? And she is the only person we have not talked, including her friend on the side. She is just a worrywart. She always worries about everything. As I said, she's one of the only few Neuron officers that we haven't talked with within Neuron. How would you describe your pal Sarah? Pretty simple. What is the name of the circular plaza at the top of Arc Mall where you fought the homunculus? It's literally the name of the chapter for File 4, Azure Plaza. What is the name of the allied government that formed when people first moved into art? Are you playing the game? What is the name of the uppers? Yeah, what is the name of the group of hackers among the uppers in Zone 09? The Holy Order of the Digital Hermit. Basically, as soon as you see the word hermit, you know that's the one. What is the defining detail of the culprit that smashed the bridge in your very first Neuron mission? Are you paying attention to what Max said back in Fallout 2? What was the big detail on why people were disappearing? This one is all about Shizu, which is we already did it. She's like the occult. This one's very funny, very like existential. I sure hope you get this one. How old are you? How old is the player character? You don't know how old the player character is. You just have to do mental math between when they were born to the current year. They are 19 years old, which is kind of weird. Which the following is not true about Jenna Anderson. Pretty funny that I think our player character is 19 years old in the police force and already has this much power. This one is about which is our rival, and we have already dealt with them twice. That is Alan. And the last question is, well, for us, how old is Alicia? There's a lot more questions we can go through. They're randomly picked between a good group of them. But one of my favorites is, let me see here. Like one of them is, everybody knows that chimeras are arch enemy, but where do they come from? Have you been paying attention to the game? How is Captain Howard related to you and Akira? Another one was very, very dumb. It's two of them. One of them is, now let's see you really know Olive. What's your blood type? You're never gonna know that unless you actually open up the iris every fucking time and actually take a mental note of it. Her blood type is A. And to think of the first time you got your Legion, you helped get an injured person to safety. Who were they? Stuff like that. It is very annoying, very funny, but they're just like, they're putting you on blast. Also, I went out of my way to just shoot every target there, and I got the first and third targets down on my first shot, and I had to take a while for the second. But yeah, no, I'm just here trying to grab the final chest that I missed. The one at the one you have to jump off this segment here to grab the chest, and that is all for the chests. That's all the chest requirement for this. And as I said, very happy I got Lappy on this point, because I was not ready to do this shit again if I had to re-record it. And as you saw, I did re-record it for the first 3 cases. But now the only thing we're missing is, I love how I went to the 3rd floor like a dumbass. Also, Akira is very funny. I went to the 3rd floor like a giant doofus, because I thought I missed some. No, I think I button mashed to go to the 3rd floor. Oh no, I think I went there for a specific drop item to shoot at. Eye color. So, yeah, some of the other like drop items give you more stuff, like more hair color, more eye color. I think one of them is actually a Legion color for later on. But yeah, no, I'm just trying to find more of the dropped items I missed. That was one of them. And very happy that this guide had a specific check mark and number for everything. Reading through the guide has been very beneficial for me for these collections, because some of the minute ones will go over my head. I know for me, when I first recorded this, I actually did not want to do the I did not want to get the cat in my first playthrough, because I said I didn't want to, because I knew I had to re-record it because of the first case I did. I got a D rank in, and then or a B rank in, and then Cleanup King I did not get it. So I said I didn't want to do it. Mentally debated it with if I had to get the cat or not, but said screw it, I'm gonna go grab the cat. And yeah, talk to Mike here, and Mike says that there's a cat down there to get him out of this predicament. The cat's under the car, and basically the only way to get this cat out of under there is to have some cat food, and you randomly get cat food whenever you dig up anything. But yeah, this is how you rescue the cat in this file. Very simple, not out of your way to do it. If you just see Mike here, you'll be able to grab it. And funnily enough, every subsequent time you get to this point in completion or just in the file in general, and you could already collected the cat doesn't spawn here every single time. So it's only there for that one time, and this cutscene is only there for that one time. After that, it doesn't get replayed anymore. But yeah, no, we get to go back towards the elevator. We have collected everything we can for... Yep, opening the map now, collecting everything we can for this case. But as you saw, I didn't get anything for the for Billy's Fast, because I did it on my second attempt because I did not want to do it.
I have a feeling we'll have.
Also, no matter what,
All right.
Akira will tell you that we should help out the officers and all that, but I literally told him, like, yo, we gotten everything we can in this section. What the hell do you mean? That's the only one I didn't do in my first attempt. But yeah, after that, we just got everything, so I just went back.
Don't you think I have a...
They'll be fine, Akira. We have done everything we can. Walking to the elevator all gangster like with the goddamn Arrow Legion. But yeah, no. That is the end of chapter 2. And that is the longest part in this game. Chapter 2 in general has the most cases, red and blue together combined. It makes for the most, like, one in the game. Once you get through the elevator, we start chapter 3. And chapter 3 also has red and blue cases and collection. If you thought we were done, we are not. So, yeah. As said, the original recording for file 8 was very short, like almost, I think it was like almost an hour long. But completion, we are almost at 3. I think from you guys watching this, like you can see it's like almost 250. But I know for me, just base, base way of doing it. Recording the voiceover right now, I see that this video is 2 hours 48 minutes. Also, that the gigabyte requirement for this file was was like 12.6 gigabyte. A very big file. This gate here, the only way you get to figure out that this gate is here is because of the dog barking at it. A very simple, like, Astral investigation, an Astral plane fight. But a very simple one to do. It's against all these mini Liases. Very simple enemy to deal with. Just do a lot of spin cycles, especially since you got the Axe Legion with you. And it makes cleanup of these enemies a lot simple to do. Also, if you get very low on your HP, don't forget that Zangetsu is here to help you. Take it out. Just missing one more life that I think Akira is dealing with. Also, be very happy that Akira goes into these astral planes with you to help you out with these cases, but technically it's gonna be a while until he actually kills any of the chimeras. Also, I'm very surprised that that I got a chain bind with the Beast Legion just trying to howl. But these mini Alos are very easy to deal with. They perish very simple. Doing it with the Axe Legion is very annoying to deal with, though. I would always recommend to deal with these enemies with either, if you have it unlocked already, Gravity Storm from the Arm Legion, or if you just like using the Arrow Legion, use the Arrow Legion combined with your Blaster both from your Exoton. But this one is all about just combo style, your Legion abilities. Have fun with this one, because it's gonna be a fun while. Knock him out into a good old shoulder bash. Also, if you want like any way to deal with these mini Alos, your best bet is either pairing with the Beast or with the Axe Legion, or if you want to have some fun, have your Sword Legion out, and since they're like in a row, you can do the slash with the Beast Legion or with the Sword Legion and take multiple of them out at the same time. Also, this is one of the few sections, or one of the few times that I got the achievement of completing, or went for the achievement of beating like 3 or more enemies at the same time. Also, if you ever get slimed by these enemies and you have a way to negate it with like a Zangetsu, go ahead and do it. Final part is just these mini canines, very easy to deal with as well. Just, I think like one spin cycle is enough to beat them, especially since they got a bomb attached to them. And if you have anti-Howl, it makes this section even easier to do. The only annoying part is the Alos, if you just don't like fighting them, and the gel enemies, because, well, they have slime. And if you don't have anti-slime, it's gonna get annoying. Ran out of my water, so if I need to drink any more water, I'm out of luck. And I only got like an hour left in recording. Also, this gate also hides the buried item here. He's a good pupper. You can take a picture of the pupper if you want. He's such a good boy. Anyway, moving back towards where we were doing. Now that we're on the roof of Rally Plaza, we have to go around and collect more stuff. If you remember where we got some of the other stuff, the toilet, where we had to go for the toilet in the previous file, there's actually some red matter to collect, some gates to defeat, and more annoying stuff to do. This Astral Plane here is one of the few where we have to move around in the Astral Plane. And this Astral Plane in general, I think goes on as one of my least favorites, in my opinion. The whole point of it is that you have to put these the split pillar back in the middle to grab the thing. Also, very good shots. We just have to get the split pillars back to the middle to gain power to move towards the end of this section where we have to fight an enemy. One chest there, we just have to shoot the 4 astral points to get it. I don't know if you just shoot it at the wall with a fully charged shot, it counts for all of them, but I just went for it individually because, I mean, this game has done dumber before. The first one of the split pillars is literally at this point where a bunch of death puddles are, and it is annoying to deal with. But you just have to walk with your Legion. Technically, don't keep your finger out of the right stick yet when you're walking. Whenever the Legion goes ahead of you, start making it move back a bit, so you can actually maneuver this back to the elevator and have fun. Also, at this point, I wanted to go grab more of the red matter because it was in the way. If you want a Legion that will be on your pace, grab the Sword Legion if you want, or if you don't want to, go grab the Arm Legion because that moves slower than you and you can have it slowly nudge it forward. Also, this part here is that you can either do it normally and have the Legion do that, or you can have your Sword Legion cut 3 of them in a row and then cut the other 2. Much more easier to do than just shooting it one by one or having your Legion just individually hit each of the astral points. And this is where the second split pillar is. Only one chest, very simple to do. Just drag this back toward the split pillar. Very simple to do, but as I said, this just gets annoying. But as soon as you get to here, the power will be restored towards this lift here. And you move forward to the end. Just grab the remaining red matter, and we get to a fight here with a couple new enemies. Right now we just have to fight a couple Hestias, so you already know what to do with the Hestias. Getting two in a row here was really good, especially with Akira here to deal with the damage. But yeah, these Hestias are annoying to deal with because, well, the only way you can track them other than hitting them with a Beast Legion or hitting them with an Axe Legion sync attack is to have your Beast Legion run into them and deal damage to them. That's why Howl is really good, because it also stuns the Hestia. If you have your Beast Legion run into them, yeah, if you have your Beast Legion run into the Hestia, you can immediately proc into a Howl and it'll stun them, making it easier for you to deal with them. But the sync attack also helps out a lot, especially the one in the air, because it drags the Hestia back down. Very easy to do. Just one more Hestia to grab, and we are done. But we're not done with this fight after defeating 4 Hestias, because later on, we get a brand new enemy to show up as well. So let us say hello to our brand new enemy that's going to show up now. Welcome to the Callisto Protocol. A brand new archer enemy that specializes in, well, electricity, in stunning. So if you have anti-stun, this fight becomes a little easier. You have to fight 2 of them in a row. But in my opinion, this was a very easy fight to do. I think in my second run of this part, I took them both out in a single strike, which is really good. Also, Callisto doesn't despawn like the Hestias do, so it's very easy to just get them up and deal with them. Very simple, but also very easy. Just avoid their attacks and you'll be fine. That case done, we get an S+, and we get to move on forward. Just a couple more like red matter to collect. I know there was a chest near the beginning, and the only way you can grab that is from chain jumping from this building to it. I also keep thinking there's another like another subject or point of interest to grab, and I always keep thinking it's the Phenos, but it's not. But now I'm just trying to grab this one chest, and apparently the icon for your legion doesn't show up, and I actually went behind the chest, and this is not Legend of Zelda where you could just collect the chest from behind it. So if you did what I did, you have to run all the way back to grab that one chest again. It's dumb, but you have to do it. Once you're done with grabbing that one chest, you can move on towards where Alicia is. And that thing there only has 2 Astral investigations to do, and the rest are just gate closure. Also, it's very funny that Akira stayed up here and did not follow me all the way down. It is very funny. Just aim your legion, grabbing that chest, and we get to move on. And Akira is still stuck at the top of that building. I'm just here reading the guide again, see if I'm missing, if I got every chest I can grab for now. And got everything. And there's one chest that you can only grab at a specific point. Also, very surprised that my my video or like my capture card died for a bit while doing this. I technically didn't notice it, but it makes sense that if I kicked my computer for a bit, because before I actually moved into my new room where I can record more easily and not have people disturb me. But judging with what happened in another recording I did of a different recording thing, it still happened. I recorded all this in my old room, so basically my laptop was still near my leg where I can unintentionally kick it, meaning I kick the cable or the thing. This Astral investigation here is also another of the simple one. More mini liases to deal with, more of the same. Also, I'm just trying to do the way of, as soon as they stun, just do the power charge. The power charge really does help out these, or speeds up these fights a lot more. So if you want to like go through these fights a lot more, putting either a power charge on the Beast Legion, prog it up, then do the the Howl, or you can have it on your Axe Legion if you don't want to have Crash Bomb. You could just prog it up as soon as you switch to the Axe Legion. Now we're here fighting the normal Liases and medium Liases. Very easy to deal with, especially if you are fighting with the Gladius mode, because if you're fighting in normal X-Baton or the normal Baton mode, their shields will get to a point where if they block, you'll be forced back, and it's the same thing with your Sword Legion. If you have your Axe Legion and your Gladius, you'll be getting through this section a lot more easier. Very simple to do. The third part of this gauntlet is, well, against another Lias and a couple of these Quicksters. I probably have to go through the I probably have to go through the guide to get the names, because technically not all of the enemies in this game have a name. There are only a set few. Basically in the previous one we had like Hestia and Callisto, and this one the only named one in this general area is the Lias, which is why I always go by like mini Lias, medium Lias, or mini beasts, because since there's like no name for them, but they're all derived from like the same one, you get to call them that. But this rooftop gate check is very simple to do. There's only one more red case to do, and that is after this one. This is a very simple red case, or simple blue case to do. It's just a gate disposal, just closing it before any harm gets done. Also, Avery's up here as well if you want to talk to her, which is very funny. And basically, she just, if anything, if you do talk to her, she just gives you an alkali cocoa for yeah, she gives you another alkali cocoa, which if you want one, go ahead. So have fun. Also, this is after talking with her and Mitsuru at the end of I think it was 6. But yeah, an alkali cocoa for our troubles. I was talking to her. If you want a free alkali cocoa, just talk to her. This one right here is another gate disposal, very simple auto bind to do. And the final part about this rooftop is, well, another red case to do, another rooftop gate check. Get through, and it's another astral plane investigation. Psych. It's a fight against 2 Diomedes. Just go down instead of the good old slope and you'll be fine. I only still do one of the Diomedes, meaning I have to deal with the other one on foot. But that's what blue shields are for. Diomedes is not that hard to fight. There is no other enemy like Diomedes, like a mini version of them, so there you have it. I can only just call them Diomedes. But also it's very funny to deal with them because since both of them are there, and if you get a sync attack with the Axe Legion on them, both of their bombs blow up and do massive damage to them. So it's a very simple one to deal with. Also, its slash attacks are very simple to dodge. But after you get through the final part of this Diomedes, we actually get to see a familiar face. and a way to get something for us. After you beat the Diomedes, who shows up? The Nalos. Nah, but seriously though, this case here this case here in chapter 5 is one of the best. Is the only way until the next file where we have to get a specific one. Also, this is before I had one of my favorite skills for the Air Legion, Slow Shot. Basically, Slow Shot. The Air Legion just shoots a burst of shots to slow down the enemy, and those track where the enemy is, which is very, very good, especially against the wing type enemies, because since it tracks to where they are instead of like across the astral chain that air shot does, it makes it easier for you to just deal with them. One Halo down, another Halo to go. We get to deal with this. Other than that, it's just a simple thing to do where we have to get through our bullshit. And sorry that I had to mute in the middle of the recording. I keep getting phone calls in the middle of recording. Imagine that, you're having work in the middle of being a very shitty content creator. But yeah, no. At this final part, we get to see a deal with one Diomedes. Very simple to deal with, especially if you just have the Axe Legion out. Simple takedown. Another one is against another Halo, or two Halos. And at the end of this is another enemy showed up where I think it's Catharsis. But I can see people making it like annoying to deal with. We're almost done with these two Halos, but these two Halos have a lot of damage. Also because I technically don't have an attack up on my Axe Legion. I think I only have critical damage up. Yeah, critical damage up. So every time I get a crit or I go behind the back, it does a lot of damage, and I keep doing damage from the front. So take down that. No, I was thinking of a different case then. That's fine. Jump off the side. And with that, this rooftop gate check is done as well. One other thing is that as soon as we go down this section here, we have to chain jump towards that gap there. And the only way to get to it is that you have to go above it with one of your legions, and this is the only way where you can get two chests. The first chest is here just after the chain jump, and the second one you have to walk all the way to the other side to grab it. It is very dumb to do, but it is there for a reason. Just go under this bridge, go across the other side to grab it, and you also see that the post has no collision. I think I show it in this recording, which is very funny. And yes, you do have to go all the way back under the part again, just to get back to our section. It is very, very annoying. But the only way to get back is through this little gap here. And then run all the way back around towards cleanup crew. So at this point, since I had to run all the way back, I'm just looking around for any more red matter that I'm missing. because he's a stalagmite, stalactite. I think it's stalagmite. Or I don't know. I'm not a geography expert or a geologist. These stalagmites have some red matter around them as well. Also, what's very funny is that now that I remembered, I only missed one chest in the this area. One chest. Out of the full way of looking at the guide and finding a way to get every single chest, I missed one chest. And it kind of makes sense to why I missed that one chest. But it also kind of makes no sense that I missed this chest in general. To get this chest, you have to chain jump to this little water heater here, to this loop, because there is a search segment for your Legion to find, which takes you all the way back to where we were under the the ladder, which gives us toward the Chimera tracking red case, which technically would make sense that I would miss it, but it will be shown later that if you just ignore that for a bit and go off the map, you'll just see that something popped up. But yeah, so I expect to keep like muting my mic and being quiet a bunch of times during these segments. I keep getting phone calls, and since I work, I have to actually answer the goddamn phone calls because work. But yeah, this is a very simple Astral gate and plane stuff. And the first part was very simple, just a bunch of like against like the enemies of a Zeus and its brethren of a lesser extent. And another thing, now we have to fight the electric type power Chimera with a couple of, I think, mini Zeuses and I don't even know what the name of these frozen things would be, because if you're thinking that they're called Hades, they're not called Hades. Hades is a different enemy, and like I will state that right now. If you think that these frozen enemies are like Hades in a way, they're not called Hades. But we already got like Zeus. Poseidon was the I don't think we've seen Poseidon actually. I might have to look back in the recordings to see if we found Poseidon. But this case, it's a simple case, and very easy to do. Also, you get to see that I'm looking at the map here to see any other stuff I have to do. Cleanup crew is the only thing we have to do after that. And the only way to get the cleanup crew is through the gate. And as stated before, though, that it makes zero sense, but more sense that I missed this chest. As you saw that I technically walked past it, the way to get that chest through another recording of me is that you have to just get onto the top, go towards the edge, and just walk off. And you get the chest there. It makes sense that I would miss it, but kind of dumb that I missed it. It's like two edges of the sword. But now, since we're at cleanup crew, we have to just, do the entirety of cleanup crew. And if you saw back in the LP, I actually got an S plus on this on my first attempt. So nothing more to say here, other than well, the only thing that we're missing, other than I think 2 chests that I actually collected it in the original recording of this, is well, the toilet is in this segment as well. I mean, if you don't know how to grab it, it's kind of annoying, kind of dumb, but it makes sense that you will deal with it. You get through this gate here, and instead of like tracking all the way back toward you drag the platform as far as it can go to the right, and then you'll see another platform. Pull that one to a point where you can just change up on it. Now pull it towards that, and the toilet is just there on a platform in the middle of cleanup crew, and this is the only way you can get the toilet. Get to the toilet and we find a dirty rag, a grimy, dirty old rag. We are very pushing it for finding a like toilet paper. It's dumb. But yeah, that's where the toilet is in this chapter. It's kind of dumb that it's in cleanup crew, but it would make it's kind of makes sense. But on the way back, we just have to change up. And this segment here, or like this side segment here, is like only one part of it. That we have to go through the majority of it. I will honestly say, red matter removal will help out a ton in this segment as well. So if you want to put it on a different legion, like your sword legion or all that, that would be fine. Also, having your iris out in general will also help out with the completion and grabbing any red matter that you miss. Because, spoiler alert, I think I almost failed this part. You almost failed the cleanup crew. Because other than me like fiddling around a lot, I actually missed a couple of red matter to deal with. And well, some of these gates do have like a platform, a projectile that shoots out of it, which you do not know which one does and which one doesn't until they shoot you. But yeah, no.
How's it going on your end?
I also tried to grab this chest earlier and then go backwards towards the rest of it, but they don't let you. And now that we're done with this part, we have to go back up and to the second part of this cleanup. If you go back to the last platform, you'll find a disappearance platform. I think it's only on like the second one that goes up, but I'm just trying to find the one on the third one. Because also it doesn't show on your iris if it's there or not. Cleanup crew in general is like my if it was before. If this was like before Billy's Past and before one of the other cases in this game, I would usually say Cleanup Crew is one of my least favorite cases in this game, especially since that chain jumping is still dumb, and you can get an edge bug. You have to deal with it. But since I got used to it and had to do it multiple times for an S+, I've gone to a point where I still hate it. I still hate it at this point in time. I will still will have fun with it. Also, I almost fell off the cliff because of disappearing platforms. And we just have to get to the end of this, just platform across these disappearing platforms, which gives us a way to grab this chest here, which I tried to grab before. But jumping back on there, we get to move on forward with the progression of this case. Any clumps of red matter is also very good to grab. Just don't forget to miss any. The backwards part of the segment here is also where most people can forget red matter. Especially since that at this point there's going to be one where you have to move your Legion towards a different part. The one with the chain jump is where one I can see people forgetting, because not the chain jump itself, but going towards the jump and then dragging your Legion out again to grab the ones in the outskirts. If you forget to do that or you miss one, it's one of the few that you can forget on a repeat, like, yeah, on a repeat going back. Also, I tried to jump. Yeah, I tried to jump across that, but I just ran off the cliff instead. So I just popped up 2 medicines to just get my HP back. This segment here with the gate is also another one where people can forget some red matter, so turn on your Iris to help you out as well. And this final segment here with the red matter floating in just a random area is also another one where I can see people forget some red matter. But as soon as you get to this part, collect the red matter here and behind you, and you'll be able to go to the final part where a gate shows up and you have to deal with enemies. Now, one you can take it on immediately or save it for later. I saved it for later because I know that the fight there is the end. So I went towards grabbing this segment here where, if you remember, is where we keep getting shot at by a bunch of giant astral matter, or giant astral shots, and wanted to get it out of the way now before doing it for the thing. Also, having the blocks here to take out the shots is also very good, and they're designed to be here. They're like, these blocks are designed to be here so we can deal with these blocks much easier. And technically, me and my brother, when we do this, we always not forget, but we don't use them because we think it's just a waste of time. Also, one of the other parts about this game that I don't understand is that if you get knocked out by these astral or not astral, if you recover with your Legion and not the like press B, but have your Legion bounce you back to your footing,
It's swarming with chimeras in here. This is gonna keep me busy for a while.
you won't be able to grab, or you won't be able to like move your Legion for a while, which is weird in my opinion, and I didn't know that. And this is like the case that showed me that that happened. Also, if you're having way too much trouble with this segment, open up your or summon your Axe Legion to deal with it. It's like proc up a blue shield and you can run through this faster. But now that we're done, I just jumped off the map and wanted to do something else in the meanwhile. I think like this final part does like 3%, 3 or 4%. But since this was like the final thing I had to do, just pop into this astral plane here and deal with its predicament of the enemies. And yeah, more fighting. And again, being called off in the middle of the recording is the best thing to do. But yeah, no. This final part of the red case where the fight happens is your last 4%. Save that for the end. Always see if you have 96% done, and then you're done.
That was tougher than I thought. I'm on my way back now, so let's meet up. I sent the location to your Iris.
But yeah, that's what.
Meet me there.
Once we're done with this, is a simple scenario of having fun.
Huh? Nice work. I almost forgot how handy you are with the Legion. I better hit the training room to keep up.
But yeah, with cleanup crew done, we are at the final part of this case, or this file, where we have to go across the pipe maze trying to find our dear old dad. And here's the funny thing. You can do trial and error and get to that point without the Beast Legion. It's very funny that you can do that. That you could just say, screw the Beast Legion, I'ma just fight it normally. Also, this is where you have to see, where if you remember talking or grabbing the eavesdrop from that one guard,
That sound.
this is where that
Signal from
thing
Dad's
is gonna be.
goddess. They're connected somehow. I just know they are. The Beast Legion's good at tracking,
So,
right? Maybe it can
the whole
find where
thing
sound
of the
came from.
hermits is that as soon as you see the light, go left, and then left again, straight, left, and onward like that. Basically, follow the directions of that, and once you get to the final point, 11 steps ahead of the light, or 11 steps towards the light, you'll find an entrance to the hermit. But technically, it's right here, near the bottom left. And as you can see, there is a case of the not-so-safe room. 2 chests here to collect, and a gate to go into to grab another new enemy. Boy. I love the design of this enemy here. Naiad. It's basically a the whole reason for its sheep motif is that it's a shepherd. That's the joke. The whole point of this shield enemy is that it progs up like fallen units for its fight. And I find it a lot of fun. But technically, to defeat this not so safe room, you have to beat it as fast as you can. No unscathed, no bullshit required. There are 2 ways to do it. Either one is the fast way or one the slow way. The fast way just consists of you defeating the Naiad very fast. Just beat him up. You'll be fine. It's simple. The slower way is just doing sneak attacks, having all that fun and all that, and just defeating the legions in style and swag. But if you defeat the Naiad pretty early on and pretty fast, you'll be able to get through. And that was the only like red case and another of the Hermit Slayer. This is actually another Hermit hideaway to find. Very fun to do. But yeah, I'm trying to find, well, I'm actually here exploring as well. I'm trying to find every other like square that has astral matter, because astral matter is very fun to get. And I know during this recording I actually had Akira say that it is much more easier to find the trail with, it's harder to find the trail without the Beast Legion. I think if you go in the opposite direction here in a different area, you get to hear the unique dialogue. It is very funny. But a bunch of red matter to collect though. Very, very good. I think this point here also gives you a lot of red matter.
I don't think the sound came from over here. Maybe we should leave the tracking to the Beast Legion.
There's the unique dialogue. As if you go into a wrong dead end, Akira will say that. But technically, I always say once you see aberrations show up, you know you're on the right area. Any like tournament like this, I just always go there to see if there's any like any red matter to collect and stuff like that, because it is good to get those. More aberrations here. I just come in here, do the 360 sync attack with the Sword Legion. Very easy to knock out all the enemies, and just pop it with the Sword Legion as well to do damage. Going up here, we get to the end of the chest, and another way forward, we get to see more of the aberrations show up. Excuse me. But we take the area to the side, we get to see me trying to find more red matter for aberration. I think there's only like a few spots where aberration spawns. But yeah, if you think that you are required to have the Beast Legion for this segment, you do not. Like, you do not have to. You could just deal with it normally. Also, I think it's near the end of this one. I think my capture card not starts to die, but I think I can see it's giving a couple more and things like that. Because lo and behold, having a capture card that is not hanging, but in ways away where people can just stomp on it and kick it, is very, very good. You can tell I'm a professional in content creation. I am a worst nightmare for everyone. But yeah, no. Getting near the end, trying to find more of the Astral matter to find, but we are almost at the end of this maze. One more howl, and following the red matter trail will also lead us towards Max. I wanted to come here to check if there's any Astral matter, but since there wasn't, just keep on moving forward. Also, if you think, you can also you can ride the Beast Legion, and if you ride the Beast Legion, she technically can track. But if you want to move forward more faster in this segment, hop on your Beast Legion to deal with it. Once we get to this segment here, we just have to move more forward along. Went to the right to see if there's any more Astral matter. There was not any, so I just went back towards the left to see, or to continue on the expedition. So collect the final parts of this Astral matter. You get to see Akira leave, like the tail end of Akira leaving. Very simple thing to grab, 66% of the way done, and just pop it in. Going after Akira, and going after the Axe Legion to see if the Earl Dad is here. But we already know what happens. If you guys watch the LP, you already know what happens, so it doesn't matter. But now we have to deal with a couple more segments of the Astral Plane. And, well, I think we only have a couple more chests to collect as well with more of the enemy placements. Also, these enemies are new. They're new enemies to deal with because of well, they're fire oriented, they're fire elemental. So remind yourself to take a picture of these guys before you leave. Ow, my hand. But yeah, there's also a small version of these, I like to call them, I think the guide also likes to call them Fire Falcons, which is a very good thing to say, Fire Falcons. There's also a bigger version of it. But just reading the guide here on where to go for more of these chests, also grabbing more of these red matter. If you go to this area here, there's like a little alcove you can go behind it where you have a chest at the end of some different platforms. You can either chain jump over it or just do it normally. Also, if you go across here as well, you get to see a wraparound you can do. And you get to see me fail it again and again and again, because I love chain jumping. Attempt number 2 is clearly the same as number 1, but you can see that there's a chest there we can collect as well. So you just get to see me miss that chain jump again and again. Also very surprised that that disconnected the chain. And I think there's like one more, not like one more chest, but like one more thing to collect. Yeah, like more chests to collect like later on. But as you can see, there is a platform down here. You have to stand on those disappearing platforms to fall down here. Hit the button to make the elevator go back up to put you back on the actual platform or the actual pathway back. And we can just move on forward with the case and take a picture of the actual Fire Falcon. And basically this part here, just fight him. Fight the Fire Falcon and have fun. Also, this Perfect Call is really good to deal damage over time. Also very surprised that I got hit, but my Beast Legion didn't, which made me able to stun it. Just deal with it normally, deal with it with the same song and dance that we have done before. And it's down. And the platform you saw, I think, hosts another secret we can do as well. I think it's the one, if not a different one. Move this out of the way. And, no, I think it's this part. Basically, you can move this out of the way to get a better position to get that if you didn't get it before. But, yeah. Fall down here, you get to get these 2 buttons down, which gives us a little area towards this segment here with well, one chest we can collect, and another one with an Axe Legion we can do. Blow up this wall here to grab another chest, and with that we are done with these 2 chests down here. This is like a mini area we can find. The only way to get back is to chain jump onto those platforms. And, yeah, just go onto these platforms. These platforms put us back on the normal map, and we can move on forward. Very funny. We'll move the axe, or have the Arm Legion move us back towards progression. And I think there's like a couple more we can grab as well. But yeah, do that. And I think I actually try to find if this this platform here had anything, and I think it was just a red herring. And I was just like reading the guide at this point, seeing if it was a red herring. I think it was. But keep on going forward. I know after another fight, there is a another item to collect after the fight, so remind yourself about that. Also, another enemy, or another 2 enemies to find for the Enemypedia are these 2 fire mutts. One is the smaller fire mutt, and then there's the bigger one, which does look cool. Also, very surprised I got that Perfect Call. This Perfect Call Sync attack is really good to do damage over time, and you can stop it at any point to proc your howl. So it's very good to do. Okay, just get the fire mutts down. Very simple to do. And we just have to deal with the big one. very, very dodge oriented. We can't even get the bomb on him. So just do the normal. Yeah, do it the normal way. And by the end of, actually, as I said, by the end of this fight, there's actually some more items you can collect as well, which is very funny to do. But don't forget to grab the picture of both fire mutts, and you'll be fine. Also, getting that auto call is really good. Auto call in general, I don't like it that much because it said before it auto calls your legion. Oh yeah, this part. This chest here, be careful because of well, as soon as you grab this chest here, the slime for this part shows up. Also got very disoriented because I hit the button as well. But yeah, the whole point of this is that we have to defeat this slime while trying to deal with the annoying yeah, it's annoying attract of these balls coming in our way. I did the distinct attack because I wanted to deal with the catharsis of beating him up, because god, it's one of the more annoying ones to grab because these things do make it annoying. Also, trying here to practice my parry while waiting for the elevator. But yeah, just get out of here, go back up, or go up the ramp here to grab another chest that I'm reading right now on the guide. And well, we're almost done. Also, I like sometimes some of the chests I like technically miss in this area are just because I don't see them and I'm just trying to get through the story of this game more faster. So it's very funny to see some chests that are out in the open that technically you don't miss them. Oh yeah, this segment here where we have to grab or hit all, or yeah, get all like the split pattern and move all the blocks away from our progression. We can do it all pretty simple and you can have a good way of doing it. That first one there, you can take it off immediately because it's like one in the way and you don't have to deal with that. But if you want, you can save that for last and you could just do the other ones on the side more better. The one on the left is technically much more harder because yeah, like it was technically much more harder to do because you have to deal with these cannonballs and this gas generator, which very surprised I got it on my second shot. But yeah, just pop on one, pop on the other. You get to open the final one, which is why I always say like you can just save you're technically the first one to shoot out immediately. Also, again, I'm just here to do some other stuff. Don't leave yet after hitting the 2 buttons because there's a very missable item on the side which gives us common, which I would say would give me more rare because it's a missable one because it's hard to see. But go back to where we were before. Now we can go to our technically the blocks right. You can either chain jump towards that area there or you can just walk to it. Chain jumping cooler, but if you want to be safe, just walk around. Also, those blocks lead to nothing. If you think that there's something, or those blocks move toward the chest, don't. It's like a red herring. What's not a red herring is that after you get up to this elevator here, there's a chest on our right. Yeah, chest on our immediate right. One you can also kind of forget if you're not looking for it. But now that we're back here, we get to do more split platform, or split pillar thing to do. And so you can like move this platform any way you want to make these split platforms more easier to collect. And a bunch of red matter to collect as well. And what's even funnier is that you can just, I think it's in this recording that you can collect or grab this split pillar, and it can fall. So you have to have the platform there to deal with it. Either you can make the platform go into the move the platform towards the area you think you want it to be in, so you don't have to maneuver this as much as you want to, or you can do the painful way of just manually maneuvering it towards the platform and then get the next one in. But once you get both of them there, you can just move the platform with your Arm Legion towards the original part of the split pillar and have them connect. Very simple, but kind of annoying if you don't know what you're doing. Also, knowing that they fall is a very big thing to know. That unlocks the middle one, and we get to move on forward with the rest of this file towards the Axe Legion, and so we're almost done with this. Very cool. But yeah, no, we're almost done with the entirety of file 8. Technically speaking, one of the most, I guess, the longest in the terms of file completion, because, well, there's a lot of shit to do. Also, reading the guide here, I thought I missed another item, which I think I did, going back to this segment here, where we have to shoot it with the Arrow Legion. Excuse me about that. I'm just getting comfortable in my chair because I've been sitting here for almost 2 hours with the voiceover. But yeah, no, go over to this segment here, look back, and you'll be able to find a shootable on a corner. Also, another missable one. Just chain jump to that, and we can just run back, grab the block, and move it forward. Move it forward. But apparently I also lost my camera, which made the block disappear into the ether, which I still do not know what the fuck happened. So just go behind it, keep the camera still. I seriously, to this point, do not know what the fuck happened to that block. It probably got crushed or dropped or some shit like that. Still don't know to this day. But we get to move the platform. This platform here is only for raising up this here, if you want an easier way of doing it, but there's nothing else to collect here. There's just 2 platforms that do nothing. Go back on the actual platform to move forward, and we get to fight with the these enemies. Still the worst enemy in my opinion. Have fun with Berthold. Basically, if you want to deal with them normally, just shoot them with your blaster mode. They instantly die after any hit, especially from your Legion. If you also are very unlucky, they can just spawn on top of you. And they do a tremendous amount of damage. I know once in the previous, or actually in the second time I had to record the second time I had to do this because I had to record a new ending, since you guys saw that I missed one. I actually had them all grouped up on me in the when I had the Axe Legion shield out, which was very funny to see. It was very funny to see because after a while they all just blew up because of timing or because they got stuck on a wall. But as you can see, Akira and the Axe Legion just fighting it off. Get to the end of the fight, and we get to have fun with our good old pal. Also, one of the other parts where we have to deal with a fight with Red Matter. But yeah, basically, since we have the Axe Legion now, it makes this a lot easier, because before we had to do a lot of damage with the or with the Sword Legion, the Arm Legion, and stuff like that. But since we have the Axe Legion against the Axe Nemesis, it makes this fight kind of easier. And since with Hit Rush and all that stuff, it makes this fight a lot more easier to deal with than the original. But that Crash Bomb there is a menace to your Becky. Also, if you want to as well, you can also deal with the practice with the good old with the good old parries from this guy. Also, anytime you break the shield of the Axe Legion, you can just deal with the stun it has. Also, anytime it does that, you could just dig out the explosives that it puts down and deal with it normally. The whole point of those things are that they're explosive. But nearing the end of this fight, we just have to stun it one more time with the Sync Attack, knocking it almost out of the map. And then at this point, since I know that this fight's almost done, just letting Akira do the damage, I went out here to grab more of the red matter. Because yes, this does also count for your red matter removal, for like the completion for this. So if you know you're almost done with the fight, you feel like it's almost there, let Akira do the damage, because even if Akira does beat the Axe Legion, it still counts as you beating it. So yeah, use that time to do the requirement. 98. There you go. With that, the second longest file in this game has been beaten and completed to its fullest. Well, that was a journey. I would not recommend anyone to do that. If you are doing completion for this game, set it just like a pure day for doing 6 and 8. You'll be fine, because you can take 2 hours out of your life to do this. Or if you're doing it for the first time and watching this guide over and over again, do take the time to put 1 day just for these 2 completions. But with that out of the way, File 8 has been done. 17 blue cases have, or 17 red cases have been done. I think like 10 blue cases are also been done. All items have been collected, and we are done. Next time on Astral Chain, we're going to be going through File 9, and compared to this is going to be a lot shorter. So, thank you all for joining me today, and hope you all have a very wonderful day, because this has been a while, and sorry for no commentary during some parts.